with you.
Meanwhile, folks, President Biden not letting inflation, recession, economic morass, and malaise, of course, all that he engineered, go to waste. The president writing a letter to refiners, essentially blasting them and their profits for not doing enough to lower the price of gasoline. Part of the letter read that we're in a crunch and that people are facing, families are in trouble and need immediate action. He's talked about his administration and some near-term solutions to the crisis. Joining me now to discuss, Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina. And I got to tell you, Senator, there's obviously disdain for capitalism at this White House. And I know they want to attack the for-profit business model, and apparently they think their main target should be oil companies. You remember back in the day, it was always oil companies. They always had the guy Raymond from ExxonMobil, they were enemy number one, and then all of a sudden, where did oil go? Oil companies fell off the map. Oil went from 148 to 38. No one thought about it anymore. But I think it's part of a larger picture, and ultimately, it's disdain for capitalism.
Yeah, they certainly misunderstand the American economy. Remember, the president said during his State of the Union speech that you have to lower costs by increasing wages. That tells me he has no clue what happens in the free market. As a business owner, I can tell you, we need more free marketeers. We need more capitalists, not fewer capitalists, number one. Yeah. Number two, remember, gas prices went up 60% before Thanksgiving last year, which means it was 3 months before Russia and the Ukraine situation even occurred. So what we continue to see out of this administration is, who can I blame next? Russia didn't work. Putin didn't work. Now let's go to the CEOs of the same companies that last year in House hearings, they were saying, don't you dare produce any more energy. So you can't have it both ways. You can't tell the companies, stop doing it, we're going to punish you if you do it, and then say, why aren't you producing the energy? And frankly, you and I both know that the prospects of getting companies, no matter what industry you're in, to put billions and billions and billions of dollars into research and development and excavating energy, and then have the threat of the United States government coming in and saying, why are you doing that? That kind of schizophrenic attitude is bad for every single person at the pump.
And we layer on the ESG part of this. But before I get to that, and you just reminded me, Energy Secretary Granholm actually recently was asked about this war on capitalism. I want you to listen to what she had to say, her response.
Please.
It's a capitalistic market. We're not against profit. It's just that when you have 225% increase in profit year over year in Q1, I mean, it just tells you something else is going on.
It tells me I want those companies in my portfolio, my retirement account. That's what it tells me. Hey, but here's the thing. They want price and profit controls. And it sounds to me like the old Soviet Union.
Well, listen, they believe in socialism. I always tell folks that what we're seeing today is this incremental approach towards getting us closer and closer to a socialist economy. And that works terribly for the poorest Americans in this country. If you're coming from a neighborhood like the one I grew up in, the one thing you should know about a caste system created by socialism is you're stuck at the bottom. It's free markets and capitalism that believes that there's more, that the pie can be increased in size, and because of that, you too can live the American dream. And what these folks are doing is exactly the opposite.
That's what Tocqueville discovered when he came to America, and he went back and wrote the book, and he couldn't believe it. He was astonished. I mean, what kind of a country is this? Everybody thinks they can be successful. Let me ask you about the Republican Party. Major victory in Texas this week. And there's obviously a major shift with black and Hispanic votes. It's palpable. You can feel it. Why is it happening?
Well, there's no doubt that the Biden administration has just let down their primary voters. They continue to tell people living in poverty, we are here for you. Well, you look at a 40-year high, frankly, in inflation, and you go to the gas pump and your prices are 100% higher. You go to Walmart or to the grocery store and you say, I can't afford bacon, I can't afford fruit, I can't afford fish. You look at your accounts, they're all going down. Your credit card balances are all going up. And you come to the conclusion the Biden administration is a part of the problem for people living in marginalized communities, and that's disproportionately African Americans and Hispanics. So come to the GOP, the Great Opportunity Party, and let us show you what we've already done, and we'll do it again.
I like that. I never heard that for the acronym. All right, so a minute ago, the GOP wins, the Great Opportunity Party. You win the House, you win the Senate by large margins. We take shellacking 2.0. What does it mean for the economy?
Well, it's good news. It breathes more confidence into the economy, number one. Number two, we stop more bad policies like Build Back Better, or as I like to call it, Build Back Broker, from being ever considered again. So less money, fueling more inflation is good for every single person living paycheck to paycheck the way I grew up. So we've got good news coming for every single American in the country as we win these elections.
Senator Scott, it's always good news when you're on the show. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charles. God bless.